goes that other foot.
Oops. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Those feet in. Coming back.
I'd like to welcome everybody into 2020. Start off the evening with a public hearing to consider a proposed local law to override the property tax cap for the coming fiscal year pursuant to the authority granted in subdivision 5 of General Municipal Law, subsection 3-C. Can we get a reading of the proof of publication?
Yes. Notice is hereby given that pursuant to Section 7-706 of the Village Law of the State of New York and pursuant to resolution of the Village Board of the Village of Baldwinsville, adopted December 19, 2019, a public hearing will be held by the Village Board at Village Hall, 16 West Genesee Street on the second day of January 2020 at 7:30 p.m. to consider a proposed local law to override the property tax cap for the coming fiscal year pursuant to the authority granted in subdivision 5 of General Municipal Law, subsection 3-C. A copy of the proposed local law was available at the office of the village clerk. At the time and place of the hearing, all interested parties will be given an opportunity to be heard.
Thank you very much. Just before we go any further, for people who are unclear why we're doing that, it's just a protection in case something were to come up. We are not going over the tax cap in this year's budget, at least as we stand today. Something could happen, and we would be protected from some of the penalties that come down with going over the tax cap. Anybody wishing to speak in favor of the proposal? Seeing nobody. Anybody wants to speak against the proposal? Again, seeing nobody, can I get a motion to adjourn and close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Now, this one is supposed to be at 7:35. Do we have to wait?
No. I just estimated.
It's pretty authoritative. I
Fast
like
forward on the tape.
Do we-
You didn't even hesitate, Mo. No.
No.
All right. This is our second public hearing to hear comments regarding the tentative budget for the fiscal year beginning March 1st, 2020, and ending on February 28th, 2021.
Okay.
Reading of proof of publication?
Please take notice that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Baldwinsville, County of Onondaga, State of New York, will conduct a public hearing at the Village Municipal Building located at 16 West Genesee Street, Baldwinsville, on the second day of January 2020, to hear comments regarding the tentative budget for the fiscal year beginning March 1st, 2020, and ending on February 28th, 2021. The compensation proposed in said budget for the mayor is $15,300 per year, $2,550 per year for deputy mayor, $5,100 per year for each trustee, and $256 for the village justice. Copies of the tentative budget were available during business hours in the office of the village clerk on December 30th, 2019.
Thank you very much. Once again, anyone wishing to speak in favor of the proposal? Seeing nobody. Anybody wishing to speak against the proposal? Seeing none, can I get a motion to adjourn and close the public hearing?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Now we'll move on to the regular meeting. Can I get a motion to approve the village board meeting minutes from December 19th, 2019?
Moved.
Second that.
Any changes, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next item is citizens' comments. Seeing no one, we'll move on to trustees' comments. Andy?
Actually got two. I saved them up for you. Just a little note, shout out to Daniel Balone, the son of former police chief John Balone, who is working in Oswego as a police officer, had the opportunity to save a woman from drowning a couple days ago. Pretty heroic measure, jumping in the freezing water, and just a former village resident and good people. Just shout out to him. And there's a little bit of an issue with the sidewalk just north of the dealership, whatever the name is there, on the other end of the village here. There's a piece of sidewalk between the dealership and the law office parking lot that's not there. There's a bus stop. Don't always see a lot of people there, but lately there's been someone waiting at the bus stop. They're standing in mud. It's kind of a mess. I was wondering if there's something we couldn't do to fix that up. All right. Other than that, that's all I have for this year.
I'm kind of just like, I don't know where to go now. Usually you just say, stick to the agenda.
Oh,
Lord.
I had something to talk
There
about.
you go. All right, move on to Meg.
Just the agenda.
Bruce?
I think I'll stick to the agenda.
Ruth?
Just a couple of things. I wanted to wish everybody Happy New Year, and also a shout out to the Baldwinsville Marching Band as their performance at the Rose Bowl Parade the other day. So, that's it.
That's it. Mark?
I'll stay with the agenda. Thank you.
Okay. Couple things. Echoing what Ruth was talking about, it was really pretty spectacular the other day, turning on the Rose Parade, and after having watched it for many of my 72 years of existence and being just hypnotized by that whole parade, to see our Baldwinsville kids walking down that main drag and hearing them saying, "This is the band from Baldwinsville," blah, blah, it was really special. So hats off to Casey and the whole crew. They did us proud. Want to send a shout out to former board member Rick Presley, who's recovering from some surgery, and wish you well, Rick. We also had a tough week for people linked to the village. Ruth Troy is not here tonight. Her dad passed away, I believe Christmas Day. John Hayes, who was a former Baldwinsville police officer, graduated in between Bruce and I in high school, passed away, and former elementary school principal George Link, very popular with the kids back in the day. He passed away, so tough week, tough time for people to have to deal with that, and thoughts and prayers go out to all of them. The new laws have gone into effect, the ones that the chief tried to warn us about, and I'm seeing all over Facebook people just aghast the fact that some guy who stabbed somebody was arrested and went before the judge and released with no bail. One woman who was involved with some of the anti-Semitic attacks in New York City has now done 3 in a row and has been released each time, no bail. I don't think it's going to get any prettier.
No,
You
sir.
know? No, you gave us a heads up, Mike, and I think people are starting to see what's happening, and maybe some people will start putting some pressure on somebody to scale back what they've done. I don't know if they can. The cat may be out of the bag and too late, but and I just wish everybody a happy new year, and don't forget the big chill's coming up here. Is it the 12th?
18th, I believe.
18th.
The
The
18th.
following Saturday, okay. You hardly know it looking outside at the weather. We won't even have to break up any ice. Wow.
Yeah, it could change.
Although it can change pretty quick around here.
Plenty of time.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to department heads. Attorney Bob,
I just want to wish everybody a Happy New Year, and other than that, I'll stick with the agenda.
okay? Our code officer is not here. What did he tell me? He got a building permit check today from the fire department for their new fire station up in the plaza by Stewart's. So they are obviously pretty serious about finally getting started. The house, was it 119 East Genesee that we're trying to tear down? They're just waiting for National Grid to come in and get the gas and electric out of the way so they can tear it down. I didn't think what else he told me.
Did he get a permit application on that?
I think so.
Oh, good.
They're ready to, that's the only thing standing in the way. Stewart's is moving along pretty good with their building.
Stewart?
That's Stewart's.
O'Reilly?
O'Reilly. Or as Greg told me in an email, O'Reilly. He's watching too much television or something. But they're moving right along. And other than that, I don't have anything else. We'll move on to village clerk.
No, I'll stick to the agenda.
Okay. Treasurer?
I will also stick to the agenda.
Move on the other side. No one from the senior center. How about public works?
Just one announcement that next week on the 13th, it's a Monday evening, 6:30, we're going to have just a public meeting here in this building. Mike's going to attend as well, so Mike and I will hold a meeting that will discuss parking and parking issues throughout the village, particularly in the business district, and we will be inviting as many local businesses as we can through an email or through a mailing list. But if anyone is interested in attending, this meeting will just be an introductory discussion regarding parking and parking issues, any concerns that people have, and from that, we hope to develop some sort of a small task force that will review parking, try to see what issues we have, what concerns there are, how we might address them, and hopefully maybe come up with a list of recommendations that go in front of the board for any modifications that we might need to make.
Very good.
That's it.
Not much overtime for snow plowing.
No, it's been very quiet here the last couple of weeks, yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, that's good. Move on to the chief. Mike?
We don't use the Q word in the police department.
Yes, I understand that.
Mayor, I would just echo your comments about the passing of John Hayes. When I began my career here back in 1987, John and I worked together. I had the pleasure of working with him for the first year of my career before he retired, and learned a lot from him, and he'll definitely be missed.
Very good. All right, we'll move on to pending business. Item A, can I get a motion approving the proposed local law to override the property tax cap for the coming fiscal year pursuant to the authority granted in subdivision 5 of General Municipal Law, subset 3-C?
Moved.
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Item B, can I get a motion adopting proposed village budget for the fiscal year March 1st, 2020 through February 28th, 2021?
Move.
Second.
Just quick summary. This is as it stands, a $4.9 million budget. We are adding a dispatcher, we're adding an SRO, and we are adding a DPW employee, and taxes are staying the same as they are now, which is a nice accomplishment. Talks about a little bit about the growth of things around the village with some of the real estate that's coming in, and how that's giving us a little more freedom, a little more leeway, and also some help from the county with the increased revenue for infrastructure. And so we're able to put out what I think is a pretty good budget and not have to raise taxes, which hopefully people will appreciate.
Yeah.
And I want to really thank Anna for an awful lot of work. This is, we talk and we say, okay, well, let's lap a little off here, add a little here, and then she's got to go back and plug it in and hope that it all works. And so far, it looks like it is. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
We have provisions like they do when I watch Congress for a little thing that allows corrections of errors. So we're not adopting something that may have a mistake in it.
What do we have to do? Do a revision?
Amendment.
Amendment?
We do amend the budget.
Just remember, in Congress, they do some little
Yeah.
So we would,
thing.
maybe if you discovered something, the next meeting, we would
Yeah.
say an amendment to the,
Or if something came up, an unexpected expense that none of us know about at this moment, we would amend the budget.
good question.
And if it's a substance change, then you would have to have a new public hearing and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're going to adopt resolutions moving funds from account A to account B as well.
Okay, let me
Modify
be
it that way.
specific.
Okay.
I believe we adopted a few years ago, water increment schedule to increase rates. I see nothing, that's not reflected in the budget. And I don't know if it's significant. because it will change revenue.
You mean the
water
revenues for water and sewer?
and sewer will be changed.
No, Dick and I talked about it, but no one gave me any interjection.
And it will be higher, so it's
Yeah.
not like we're going
Yeah.
the other way.
No, I didn't receive any information about that.
Jody may not even know about it.
She does, but I don't know if it's ever reflected in the
No,
budget. Because we wouldn't,
It's an estimate anyway.
yeah,
It
it's an
is.
estimate. I don't think we've ever
We don't
reflected
usually
it.
touch those figures
The
too
budget.
much. We just go from the year to, the year before and then this year. And they're always going up.
That's a good question, though.
It is,
Okay.
Thanks for being so sharp.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
Keep them coming, Bruce, keep them coming.
That oxygen I sucked in right at, but
By the way, how many miles did you go today?
just short of 23.
23 miles on January 2nd. Not bad, huh? For the youngster.
Outside, or you have a Peloton?
No, outside, I can spin. I've been spinning, but outside's different.
I heard.
All right, we'll move to new business. Item A, get a motion authorizing the mayor to sign an agreement with the Baldwinsville Central School District regarding the terms and scope of duties of the school resource officers, SRO, for the 2019-2020 school year.
Moved.
Second.
Questions?
How many this year? How many this year? SROs?
There's two.
Two.
One at the elementary level and one at the high school.
Right. Any other questions for the chief? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Item B, in motion appointing Mary Krigo and Mary Hendel as election inspectors for the 2020 general election that will be held on Wednesday, March 18th, 2020 at Village Hall between the hours of 12 noon and 9 p.m. Compensation for each inspector of the election will be $125.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. What?
Nothing.
You really wound up tonight.
No, I was interacting with another trustee.
All right. Can I get a motion to pay bills as audited?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Anything else we need to discuss before we adjourn the meeting? Can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting at 7:48?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Hey.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. See you in 2 weeks.